AI makes these KDP coloring books easy to create and sell on Amazon. Look, by now everyone knows what AI can do, it's everywhere. But here's the thing, when it comes to publishing books on Amazon, AI doesn't just make things faster, it creates opportunities you may not have had before. You don't need to be a designer, you don't need to hire an illustrator, and you don't even need to start with a blank page. In this video, I'll show you how to take advantage of coloring book niches that are not only in demand, but are now easier than ever to create with AI. The real question is, are you gonna let this opportunity pass, or will you use the tools at your fingertips to finally get your first book up and selling? Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds like you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, the first niche is called the Mystery Mosaic Color by Number Coloring Books. We see total results 2,858, and the average bestsellers rank on the first page 440,000. And then looking at the niche score from Titan's Quick View, we see a 66. Now looking at these books, you're gonna see this first row right here, all sponsored products, but they're all starting to sell. They have very good reviews, all 5 stars here, and they're starting to sell. Some right here as low as 538,000. But if we look at the farthest right book, this one called Pixel Perfect Cute Animals, this one's ranked at 79,000. When we go to the next row, we see a bestseller right here ranked at 3,000, very high performer. And the book right next to it, 31,000, 18,000, 17,000, and this one 22,000. So we see a ton of books here just on the first 2 pages doing very, very well. So let's just go near the end of the first page and see how these books are ranking. This one, still very good, 108,000. This one is 600,000. We have 132,000. And the last one right here, 54,000. So as you can see, anywhere on this first page, these books are selling. Now, if we look at this book, this one's called 50 Plus Mystery Mosaics, Color by Number for Adults. And this one is based off of seasons. So this one has a book ranking of 22,392, which from Titan's Quick View says 30-day royalties of anywhere up to $1,000 per month. Now, I tend to see that Titan's Quick View underestimates these royalties, and I'll show you that in a bit. But we see 30-day sales anywhere from 336 to 504 copies per month. Now, looking at the interior, you're gonna see a color palette right here. Very simple type of book. For example, this says Crimson Red, number 1, orange, number 2. So this is where the customer would color in a certain red here, a certain orange color here. And then at the same time, they're gonna take those colors, and depending on the number, you follow the palette here with this puzzle. And then it turns out into a full colored image, which can be seen when you complete the page. And basically that's the same thing with pretty much every type of page. You have different shapes here. And on the back cover, you can see exactly what I mean. Now, some details about the book. Price point, $9.99, and total print length, 110 pages. So if we look into the book, we're gonna see about 50 to 55 puzzles here. And this one is sized at 8.5 by 11 inches. Now, here's the A+ content. And so this is just a great way to kind of showcase your book, your interiors even more on Amazon. And it's free to do within KDP. So if you haven't done this already, you wanna learn how to do A+ content, you can go ahead and click up top. I'll leave a marker there. I'll also leave a link to my A+ content tutorial in the description down below. Now, if we go over here so we can learn more about the printing cost and the royalties for this book, we put in all the information. This is a paperback with black and white interior, white paper, inches, 8.5 by 11 inch trim, and Amazon.com marketplace, 110 page count with a price of $9.99. And we're gonna see here on the Amazon.com marketplace, where most of your sales are gonna happen, estimated royalty, $3.12. Your printing cost totals $2.87. So if we take a calculator, let's put $3.12 right here. Let's multiply that by the 30-day sales from Titan's Quick View. Let's do 504. And we can see that this book is making an estimated $1,500 per month in royalties if it can maintain this 22,000 ranking. And that is a little bit more than Titan's Quick View, which has it just above $1,000. Now, if you're interested in creating this type of book, I've made a video on this before, But what I like to do is I like to look for images on Creative Fabrica, specifically vectors. So this one's vector landscape, and these seem to do very, very well. So just download any one of these, and I downloaded 3 of them. And using this color by number generator, this is the image that I chose. And when I put it into the generator, you can see what the result is. Now there is some fine tuning that can be done here. So I can go ahead and make it more detailed, and then I can choose more colors. I can choose less colors. So for this book, this looks pretty nice. It's 24 colors. If I click on this pencil tool and I want to fix the eyes a little bit, I can go look for that number 9. And then I can go ahead and fill in some of these grids to kind of fix, let's say, the eyes right here. So let's go to number 12, and I can go ahead and just work on it like that and kind of just fine tune it even more. Likewise, I did another one right here. As you can see, it didn't turn out very well, but if we go ahead and increase the colors, you can see it turns out even better. If we go to 48 colors, so this one looks good at 36. Obviously some fine tuning here on the ears and the eyes, but as you can see, the original looks pretty good. And then with the dinosaur here, now one thing that you can do is you can change the shape with this tool. You can go circle, you can go triangle, you can go hexagon, and you can go diamond. And this tool makes it very easy to create this type of book, because once you have all of your images, you can easily download it here. And what it's going to do is going to produce this number page right here. This is the one that goes inside the book, and then the palette. And this is the one that's going to go inside the book as well. And then you can also use this for A+ content or for any kind of marketing purposes. Now, if you want to go ahead and start making this book, you want to check out this tool. I'll leave the link down below. Just keep in mind, this version that you're seeing that I'm using is the highest tier version of this tool. There's going to be 3 levels to this tool. There's going to be a basic, a premium, and then this fully unlocked version. So just keep that in mind, because what you see here is from the top tier version. Now, the next niche that we have is called the Mexican Treats Coloring Book Bold and Easy. Now, this is going to be a bold and easy type of book. I've done a lot of these in the past, but we're going to go back to it today. Total results 132, not very competitive here. And the niche score, we see a 57 here. Now, looking through these books, first row, we can see here's a book that's doing very well, 46,000. This one is doing very well as well, 26,000. And this one, 262,000. If we look at the next row, this one is 235,000, 110,000. Next row, 235,000. This one's 110,000. And if we look at this specific example, this one is called Mexican Treats Coloring Book Bold and Easy, 100 Big and Simple Design featuring traditional Mexican treats and foods. Now this one has a bestsellers rank of 26,000. So from Titan's Quick View, we can see 30-day royalties up to $687 per month, and the 30-day sales up to 432 copies per month. And looking at the interior, you can see just how simple it is. It's a very specific book. It only deals with Mexican treats. So most likely the people that will buy these are the people that enjoy these types of treats, or at least are aware and they know of these types of treats. As you can see, here are some more images on the back cover. Now, this book is priced at $9.99, and this one is 100 hand-drawn illustrations, so totaling 142 pages, sized at that square 8.5 by 8.5 inch size. Now, to get an idea of how much it costs to print this book and the royalties, this one with 142 page count, I switched this to 8.5 by 8.5 inches, and that list priced $9.99. We can see on the Amazon.com marketplace, as well as all these other marketplaces you can check out right here, $3.41 to print. And the estimated royalty left over after all of the fees, $2.58. Now here's an AI tool that is free to use, and you can start creating these coloring pages. This is called GenTube, and you can access it by going to gentube.app. I've created a video on this app before, but the reason I like it is because it's free and it's fast. And it seems like there's no limit to how many images that you can generate. So I did one very, very simple. This one is black and white line art taco. And you can go ahead and just regenerate it if you want. And it can come up with other images. Now, they're not all going to be perfect this is a free tool, but the fact that you can just do this over and over and over again means that you can go ahead and try different prompts to really fine tune and get the image that you're looking for. And here's actually some of the images that I've created before with this tool. As you can see, some of them are very, very good for coloring pages. They turn out really, really well. And I even like this type right here. If I was to just turn this black and white, this is kind of that pixel looking image, but obviously it's not perfect. There's too many ears right here. But as you can see, just the fact that you can play around with this tool and just keep generating image after image after image, all for free, means that there's no risk to you. You can go ahead and play around this tool and just start making coloring books. Now, the next niche that we have is called the Unicorn Bold and Easy Coloring Book. We see total results 234, so not competitive at all here. You're gonna have a good chance at finding your book on the first page here, seeing that there's 48 books on the first page. Now the niche score is 58. And when we look through these books, so the first row here, we can see this one, 226,000. This one right here, bestseller, 2,618. If we go to the next row, this one right here, 279,000. And this one, 138,000, 136,000. Now let's check out this book. This one's called Princess, Unicorn, Fairy, and Mermaid. Cute coloring book for kids ages 4 to 8. This one has the #1 bestseller badge, and that is good for a book ranking of 2,618, #1 in children's magic books, and #1 in another category. So this has 2 #1s. Now the 30-day royalties from this book from Titan's Quick View, up over $5,000 per month. 30-day sales, over 2,500 copies per month. Now looking at the interior, you can see just what it looks like. Very simple, very nice. Here are some more pages of the interior right here. And when we look at the A+ content, you can see some pages here that are colored in, some of the black and white in the back that remain. So this is a great way for a customer to kind of see what it would look like finished. Now this book with a 96 page count, 8.5 by 8.5 inches, and $9.99 list price is going to see over $3 in estimated royalties. We see right here $3.15, and the printing cost is $2.84. So let's put that in the calculator, $3.15, multiply that by the number we get from Titan's Quick View. So we're going to use 2,556 equals over $8,000 per month in estimated royalties, more than the 30-day royalties from Titan's Quick View. Now, once again, keep in mind, this is the estimated number of pure royalties if this book can maintain a BSR of 2,618 for the month. Now, with this book, you can go ahead and use ChatGPT and some simple prompts like this one right here to go ahead and create this coloring book. Now, I am using ChatGPT Plus. It costs me about $20 per month, but it allows me to make these images faster and in more quantities. But if we go ahead and look at the prompt, you can see it's fairly lengthy. Now, I didn't come up with this prompt. I found these prompts online and I just really like how they turned out. And so I do promote that here to you guys on my channel. Now, if we read this really carefully right here, it says generate 2 separate cartoon style 2D images for children showing a unicorn meadow with rolling green hills, colorful unicorns, and blooming rainbow flowers. Now, this is the most important part because this is where the variation is from prompt to prompt. Everything else is kind of the same prompt right here. So once you have this part of the prompt, you can go ahead and play around with this area right here and come up with totally different scenes. So this one turned out to be really good. Here's the full color image. Now this one can be great for a cover for A+ content, but as you can see, the quality looks very good. And then the black and white version, as you can see, looks very, very good. I'm always surprised when I use these prompts, how well they turn out. Now, this is part of a prompt list that gives you all types of categories. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, you want to try it for yourself and you want to buy it, I'll leave the link down below. Now, the next niche is called the Sweet Treats Bold and Easy Coloring Book. So back to Bold and Easy we are, and this one, 376 total results. So not very competitive with a niche score of 52. And going through the niche, we can see 52,000 right here. This one, 246,000. This one, 20,000. This one, 134,000. And then the next row, we have a few more examples here. This one is 203,000. And this one right here, 3,712. If we check out this example, this one's called Sweet Treats Bold and Easy. So this one has designs of cupcakes, ice cream, pies, donuts, milkshakes, chocolate, candy, and more. This has a bestsellers rank of 134,000, a couple $100 per month, and 30-day sales up to 108 copies per month. Now looking at the interior, you can see very simple. It is that tried and true, bold and easy type coloring book. Another one here of a pie and then some more images on the back cover. And the price of this book, $9.99. This one has, let's go here, 50 hand-drawn illustrations, so totaling 103 pages and dimensions 8.5 by 8.5 inches. Here is the A+ content, some more interiors and some more descriptions of the book and even more interiors, as well as this section right here where they're cross-selling some more of their books on their other listings. And people can just go add to cart, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. A great way to boost the sales of your other books, because if you happen to get a bestseller of one book, well, those people will want to see what other books that you have and they can easily add it to cart from here. Once again, if you want to learn how to create this module and all of these images for your listings, check out my A+ content tutorial. I've linked it down below. Now you can also use that prompt list for this niche. So this one we can see it says, children showing a colorful candy land filled with giant lollipops, chocolate rivers, and walking gumdrops. Now you can tweak this and you can just go with lollipops and gumdrops and whatever candy that you want to do, and it will generate that image for you. But as you can see, this is what it turned out to be. It looks very good. Once again, could go well as a cover, A+ content, anything with marketing purposes. But when we actually see the coloring page of this, you can see just how well it turned out to be. Looks very high quality. It looks like you could have either hired an illustrator or had it professionally done, or it even looks like you could have been an artist yourself. And that is the reason I like these prompts, because if you notice, I haven't made any tweaks to this, and this is on the first try, and this is what it produces. So once again, if you want to check out that prompt list for yourself, you want to try it, you want to start making these books, I'll leave the link down below. Now, the next niche that we have is called the Bible verse coloring book for kids. Total results 1,225 and a niche score of 68. And looking at these books, this one right here is ranked at 67,000. This one ranked at 215,000. Next row, this one 148,000. This one is 26,000, 133,000. This one is 74,000. So you see a lot of examples here of books doing very, very well. So let's look at this book. This one is titled A Coloring and Activity Book for Boys. God Made Me Special, 30 pages of Bible verses and Christian images for kids to color. And the bestsellers rank on this book is 37,670. So we see 40-day royalties up to $700 per month and 30-day sales up to 324 copies per month. And this is the type of interiors it has. So very simple right there. And here is the Bible verse. Another one right here. Very simple Bible verse on the bottom. And another one right here. And the Bible verse on the bottom. Now this book priced at $9.99. So very short book, only 71 pages. Now this book, similar to the other books, is $3.15 in estimated royalties. That's mainly because the page count is very low, 71. And the list price is at $9.99. I just want to show you, if I change this to $9.98, 1 cent lower, the royalty rate drops to 50%, and look at the estimated royalty drops $1, $2.15. So when you're doing coloring books, think about pricing it no less than $9.99. Now when we plug that into the calculator, $3.15, and we're going to multiply that by the 324 here. So this book is making over $1,000 per month in estimated royalties. Once again, remember, that's if this book can maintain this current BSR for the month, and that is more than Titan's Quick View's estimated 30-day royalties. Now, once again, you can use ChatGPT AI to create this coloring book. So here is the prompt that I have for this one. This is from a different prompt list, and that list is just filled with a bunch of these Bible verse prompts. Now, This one in particular is with Jesus sitting at a long table with his 12 disciples, sharing bread and wine, with the verse, "Take, eat, this is my body," from Matthew 26:26. You can see the rest of the prompt here. This is what instructs the AI to actually create the coloring book page. Now, if we look at the result, very simple, very good quality. Here is the Bible verse, and then the 12 disciples and Jesus right there with the bread in his hands. So as you can see, the power of AI, that it can even create this type of coloring book. And all I had to do was put it in ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT exactly what to make. So if you're interested, all of the tools that I've talked about today in this video are linked down below. So that's how AI can give you an edge in creating coloring books for Amazon KDP. You don't need years of design experience or big budgets to compete. What you need is to take the first step and just start. If you want to learn the full process of turning these books into passive income streams, grab my KDP royalty roadmap. I'll link it down below. If this video helped you see what's possible, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.